Defining what you want clearly is the first and most important step in achieving it. When people lack clarity, they lack direction, and when they lack direction, they lose momentum and focus. Imagine setting out on a journey without knowing where you're headed. You'd waste time, resources, and energy, constantly veering off track or stopping because of uncertainty. Clarity is the compass that guides you, aligning your energy, thoughts, and actions toward a singular purpose. When you have a clear vision of what you want, you remove ambiguity. You no longer get distracted by every passing opportunity or idea that crosses your path because you have a clear sense of what aligns with your goals and what doesn't. Defining your goals isn't a matter of thinking broadly or vaguely. You must dive into the specifics. If you want to be financially successful, define what that means to you. Is it a certain income level, a particular lifestyle, or an amount of savings? Each interpretation will dictate a very different course of action. So the more specific you are, the more precisely you can map out the steps required to achieve it. Take time to detail what success looks like for you personally in your own life, and consider every dimension of it. What will you do once you've achieved this success? How will it feel? Who will benefit from your success? What changes will it bring to your life? Vague goals like being happy or finding success are insufficient because they don't guide you toward concrete actions. But a specific goal one that defines success with clear markers gives you a target to aim for. Beyond specificity, clarity also involves understanding your reasons behind wanting something. This clarity of purpose is what will sustain you when you encounter challenges and setbacks. Ask yourself why this goal is important to you. What will achieving it mean for you, your family, your community, or the world at large? Defining what you want isn't only about listing tangible achievements, it's about connecting with the deeper purpose that drives you forward. When you identify that purpose, you create an internal motivation that makes even the most daunting tasks feel manageable, because you know exactly why you're doing them. And it's not only about clarity in the outcome, but also clarity in the process. Define the journey as well as the destination. What sacrifices will you make? What resources will you need? How much time are you willing to dedicate to this pursuit? And what are you willing to give up to reach it? Being honest with yourself about these specifics keeps you grounded and helps you anticipate challenges before they arise. Taking ownership of your dreams means fully embracing responsibility for every step of your journey, every choice you make, and every action you take. Too often people fall into the trap of believing that external factors, whether it be luck, circumstance, or the influence of others, will determine whether they succeed or fail. But ownership means discarding that way of thinking. It means acknowledging that ultimately you are the one who will make or break your dreams. No one else will hand them to you, and no one else can take them away. Taking ownership starts with realizing that your success is entirely up to you, driven by your willingness to put in the effort, to learn from failures, and to push forward even when things get tough. When you take ownership, you stop making excuses. You stop saying, I don't have enough time, or I don't have the right connections. Instead, you start asking, how can I make time? How can I build the connections I need? This shift in mindset turns obstacles into challenges rather than barriers. Ownership of your dreams means you recognize that, regardless of the circumstances you were born into or the resources you started with, you have the ability to shape your path forward. It's about taking full accountability for your decisions and actions and refusing to allow circumstances to dictate the outcome. Taking ownership also requires that you understand and accept the consequences of your choices. When you truly own your dreams, you realize that every action has a consequence that either brings you closer to or further away from what you want. This understanding creates a deep sense of discipline because you recognize that you're the one who has to deal with the outcomes of your actions, good or bad. If you skip the work, if you allow distractions to steal your focus, you own those setbacks. On the other hand, if you invest time and energy and make the sacrifices necessary to achieve your dreams, you also get to own the victories. Ownership is about building trust with yourself, knowing that you are reliable, committed, and dedicated to seeing your goals through, regardless of what challenges may arise. Furthermore, taking ownership means making peace with the idea that the journey won't be easy, that there will be setbacks, and that sometimes you will have to keep going when there is no support or encouragement. Ownership is about shouldering the burden of those lonely moments and persisting even when it feels like no one else understands the path you've chosen. It's about learning to motivate yourself, to push yourself forward, and to be the cheerleader you need, especially when external validation is lacking. Taking ownership means knowing that you are responsible for your energy, attitude, and actions every single day. It's about waking up every morning and asking yourself, what will I do today to get closer to my dream, and taking concrete steps, however small, to make that happen. Taking ownership of your dreams also demands that you continually invest in yourself. When you truly own a dream, you understand that growth is necessary and that you must constantly expand your knowledge, skills, and abilities. It's about recognizing that where you are now is not where you'll end up if you commit to growth. Taking ownership means seeking out the tools, mentors, and resources you need to succeed. It means putting yourself in situations that push your boundaries, challenging yourself to develop resilience, and refusing to allow comfort zones to limit you. Taking ownership isn't passive, it's an active, daily commitment to building yourself up in ways that enable you to achieve what you've set out to accomplish. Stopping the habit of playing small is about breaking free from the self-imposed limitations that keep you from reaching your full potential. Playing small is often rooted in fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of success. It's the feeling that tells you to hold back, to avoid taking risks, to stay within the confines of what's familiar and comfortable. But staying in that comfort zone stunts your growth. It convinces you to settle for good enough. And it keeps you from stepping up and claiming the life, deep down you're capable of living. When you play small, you limit your own possibilities, shrinking yourself and your goals to fit into a narrow vision of what you think is achievable or safe. Playing small often stems from underestimating your own value and underplaying your unique gifts and abilities. People who play small are quick to dismiss their talents, quick to say, I'm not good enough, or someone else could do it better. But what would happen if you dared to believe in yourself? If you dared to show up fully, bringing all your talents, skills, and passion to the table? By playing small, you rob the world of the impact you were meant to make. Imagine all the opportunities you're passing up, all the lives you could be influencing, simply because you're allowing self-doubt to dictate your actions. Playing small not only limits your own achievements, it limits your ability to contribute to others, to lift people up, and to create meaningful change. Another critical element of playing small is hiding from challenges and avoiding opportunities that could lead to growth. People who play small often avoid situations where they might fail or fall short because they're too attached to the image of who they think they are. But growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens when you stretch yourself, push past what you know, and allow yourself to be challenged. By playing small, you avoid these transformative experiences, denying yourself the opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, and more capable. When you embrace challenges, you learn to trust yourself more deeply. You learn that you can handle failure and keep going. That setbacks are just stepping stones on the path to success. Playing small is also closely tied to the opinions and expectations of others. Often we hold back because we're worried about what others will think, whether they'll judge us, criticize us, or question our choices. But the truth is, people's opinions do not define you. Living in fear of judgment keeps you trapped in a box of others' expectations, stifling your potential and dimming your light. Imagine how much energy you would have if you weren't constantly concerned with how you're perceived. When you stop playing small, you stop letting the limitations of others define what you're capable of. You step out from under the weight of judgment and criticism, and you allow yourself to act boldly, guided by your own inner compass rather than the voices of doubt around you. Stopping the habit of playing small also involves embracing your potential for greatness. So often people hold back because they don't believe they're deserving of success, of wealth, or of happiness. But this mindset does nothing but restrict your life to the bare minimum. When you stop playing small, you begin to believe that you are worthy of greatness, worthy of pursuing your passions, worthy of success. You stop waiting for permission, and you start going after what you want unapologetically. You recognize that you don't need to shrink yourself to make others comfortable, that you don't need to tone down your ambitions to fit in. Instead, you let yourself dream as big as you possibly can, knowing that there is no limit to what you can accomplish if you commit fully. Playing small is a choice. Every day you have the option to either shrink back or to stand tall and fully inhabit your life. Choosing to stop playing small means choosing to see yourself as capable of achieving incredible things. It's about embracing a growth mindset, recognizing that you are constantly evolving and understanding that there's always room to expand. It means believing in your right to pursue your dreams without apology, knowing that playing big is a way of honoring yourself and everything you bring into the world. When you stop playing small, you make the decision to show up as your most authentic self, to take risks, and to chase after the life that truly excites you. Declaring your goal with certainty is a powerful act that shifts your entire mindset, bringing focus, intention, and clarity to what you want to achieve. When you declare your goal, you make a commitment to yourself, a promise that this is something you're willing to work toward with all your energy, focus, and dedication. It's not a vague wish or a passing desire, it's a statement of intent. Declaring your goal with certainty means you are resolute, you've moved beyond "I hope" or "I wish" and stepped firmly into "I will." This shift in language is profound because it creates a sense of inevitability. It tells your mind, your body, and your actions that this goal is not just a possibility, it's a non-negotiable destination. Certainty in your goal is more than just a mental affirmation, it's a commitment that reshapes how you approach each day, every action, and every decision. When you declare a goal with certainty, you're not leaving room for doubt or indecision. You're no longer distracted by fleeting interests or ideas that don't align with your purpose. You have a laser-focused vision, a clear roadmap that allows you to channel your resources in one direction. With a declared goal, every action becomes intentional. You're no longer wasting time on things that don't serve your purpose because you know exactly where you're headed. This level of focus and intention turns your goals into guiding stars, illuminating the path you need to follow and helping you make decisions with clarity and purpose. Declaring your goal with certainty also means developing unshakable confidence in your vision. It's about owning your goal fully and refusing to let external circumstances or opinions sway you from your path. When you declare your goal, you're telling yourself and everyone around you that this is your mission, that this is what you're committed to creating in your life. The certainty with which you declare it gives you the strength to face challenges, to overcome setbacks, and to push through moments of doubt. Certainty creates resilience. It's what allows you to stand firm when things get tough, to keep moving forward when others might give up. By declaring your goal with certainty, you're building an inner foundation of trust, a belief that no matter what comes your way, you're prepared to do whatever it takes to make this goal a reality. Furthermore, declaring your goal with certainty impacts how others see you and how they respond to you. People are naturally drawn to those who have a clear vision and purpose. When you declare your goal with confidence, it inspires others to believe in you and your mission. This sense of certainty attracts support, encouragement, and resources that might not be available to those who are unsure or wavering in their ambitions. When people see that you're serious, that you're committed, they're more likely to offer their help, their advice, or their connections. Your certainty becomes a magnet, drawing opportunities toward you and helping you create an environment that supports your success. Declaring your goal with certainty also holds you accountable to your vision. It's one thing to quietly set a goal in your mind, but when you declare it, especially if you share it with others, you add a layer of responsibility. You're no longer operating in secrecy, and there's a sense of accountability that drives you to follow through. Declaring a goal publicly or even to a trusted inner circle can create a powerful sense of obligation. Now, it's not just a goal, it's a promise you've made, a vision that you're accountable to every day. This accountability can be a powerful motivator, pushing you to stay on track, especially when you encounter challenges or doubts. It becomes a source of strength that keeps you moving forward even on the hardest days. When you declare your goal with certainty, you give yourself permission to pursue it with passion and intensity. You remove any lingering hesitation and allow yourself to dive fully into the process of bringing that goal to life. You begin to see yourself not only as someone who desires a certain outcome, but as someone who is actively working toward it day in and day out. Certainty is about commitment. It's about dedicating yourself to the goal, aligning your actions, habits, and mindset with your vision. When you declare a goal with certainty, you open yourself up to a world of possibility, courageously stepping into the life you want to create and giving yourself the freedom to chase after it with unwavering determination. Developing a strategic plan is the critical process of transforming a vision into concrete steps that lead to real, measurable outcomes. It begins with clearly defining your end goal and then mapping out a path to reach it, ensuring that every step you take is aligned with your desired result. A strategic plan provides the blueprint for your actions, guiding you through the process of achieving your goal by breaking down the journey into manageable and achievable tasks. This plan is essential because without a clear roadmap, even the most ambitious goals can seem overwhelming or unattainable. With a well-thought-out plan, however, you have a sequence of steps to follow, each building on the previous one, gradually leading you toward your ultimate objective. The first element in creating a strategic plan is identifying the key milestones that will mark your progress. Milestones are the smaller, intermediate goals that you achieve along the way, each one bringing you closer to the final destination. They serve as checkpoints, allowing you to measure your progress, adjust your approach, and keep your momentum going. By defining these milestones, you create a framework that keeps you focused and motivated, making it easier to stay on track. Each milestone is a building block, a stepping stone that contributes to the bigger picture. This method of planning not only provides clarity, but also allows you to celebrate small wins along the way, reinforcing your motivation and commitment. A strategic plan also requires identifying the resources you'll need to reach your goal. Resources can take many forms: time, money, skills, tools, or even the support of others. By understanding what resources are necessary, you can ensure that you're adequately prepared to tackle each phase of your plan. Resource assessment is about being realistic, acknowledging the gaps that might exist, and finding ways to bridge them.
For instance, if you need certain skills to achieve your goal, part of your strategic plan might include acquiring those skills through education or practice. If you require financial support, your plan may involve budgeting or seeking external funding sources.
A comprehensive plan considers all possible needs and challenges, allowing you to proactively address them rather than reacting in a crisis. An effective strategic plan also involves setting a timeline. Without a time frame, goals can drift indefinitely, always remaining in the future without ever becoming a present reality. A timeline provides urgency and helps you prioritize, creating a sense of momentum that propels you forward. Setting realistic deadlines for each milestone helps maintain a steady pace, ensuring that you're continually moving toward your goal without burning out or becoming overwhelmed. A timeline also enables you to monitor your progress more accurately. If you find yourself behind schedule, you can evaluate the reasons, reassess your approach, and make necessary adjustments. This structure transforms your goal from a distant dream into a sequence of actions that you can measure, monitor, and manage over time. Building relentless discipline is the foundation of sustained success, a force that drives you forward regardless of circumstances, emotions, or external influences. Discipline is more than just the willpower to stick to a task. It's the unwavering commitment to do what needs to be done, even when motivation fades, distractions arise, or challenges appear. When you build relentless discipline, you create a powerful internal structure that ensures you remain focused and consistent. It's a skill cultivated over time that enables you to stay aligned with your goals and keep moving forward inch by inch, day by day, without needing to rely solely on motivation or fleeting inspiration. Discipline becomes your default state, making each action, each decision, and each step toward your goal intentional and purposeful. The process of building relentless discipline begins with setting clear priorities and establishing a routine that aligns with your goals. Discipline thrives on structure, and creating a daily schedule that reflects your goals allows you to embed productive habits into your day-to-day life.
Each habit becomes a building block, creating momentum that steadily moves you closer to achieving what you've set out to accomplish.
A disciplined routine eliminates the guesswork and minimizes decision fatigue, allowing you to channel your energy toward meaningful actions without constantly debating what to do next.
The more you stick to this routine, the more automatic it becomes, embedding discipline into your daily actions so that each day brings you closer to your end goal without the need for constant effort or reminders. Another aspect of building relentless discipline is developing mental resilience, the ability to persevere in the face of setbacks and challenges. Discipline requires a mental toughness that enables you to keep going when things get difficult, to stay the course even when you face obstacles, and to rise above discouragement or fatigue. This resilience is built over time, often through small acts of discipline that gradually increase your capacity to withstand discomfort or adversity. When you commit to doing the hard things, the tasks that require time, energy, and sacrifice, you're training your mind to remain strong and focused under pressure. This resilience becomes an integral part of your discipline, giving you the mental fortitude to push through temporary setbacks and stay on track, regardless of external circumstances. Relentless discipline also means embracing delayed gratification, the ability to prioritize long-term gains over immediate pleasures or distractions. Building discipline requires that you recognize the importance of sacrificing short-term comforts for long-term achievements. When you develop the skill of delayed gratification, you train yourself to stay focused on the bigger picture, resisting the urge to stray off course for temporary satisfaction. This willingness to delay gratification strengthens your discipline, making it easier to say no to distractions or impulses that don't serve your ultimate goals. Each time you choose the long-term benefit over the short-term reward, you're reinforcing a disciplined mindset, one that prioritizes meaningful progress over fleeting indulgences. Building relentless discipline also requires accountability. Discipline thrives when you hold yourself responsible for your actions and outcomes. Setting personal benchmarks and regularly evaluating your progress is essential, as it keeps you honest about where you stand and what adjustments may be necessary. Being accountable to yourself is a form of self-respect. It's a way of honoring the promises you've made to yourself. Accountability can also involve external support, such as sharing your goals with a trusted mentor or friend who can provide encouragement, feedback, or constructive criticism. This external accountability can be a powerful motivator, providing an extra layer of commitment that reinforces your discipline and pushes you to stay consistent. Additionally, relentless discipline is built by learning to embrace discomfort rather than avoid it. Growth and progress often require stepping outside of your comfort zone, doing things that are difficult, and facing situations that may be intimidating or challenging. Discipline is the bridge that carries you through these discomforts, helping you confront fear, overcome resistance, and push beyond your current limits. By continuously choosing to take the uncomfortable action, whether it's tackling a challenging task, putting in extra hours, or pushing past fatigue, you're building a discipline that doesn't waver in the face of adversity.
Embracing discomfort becomes second nature, and you learn to see it as a necessary and beneficial part of the journey toward your goals.
Finally, building relentless discipline involves self-compassion and understanding that discipline is a process that will include setbacks and moments of struggle. True discipline isn't about perfection, it's about consistency and persistence over time. When you inevitably face setbacks, it's essential to avoid self-criticism and instead focus on learning and adjusting. Discipline requires patience and understanding that progress is gradual and that each step, no matter how small, contributes to your overall success. By treating yourself with compassion and recognizing that discipline is a skill that grows with practice, you create an environment where discipline becomes sustainable, something you can rely on as a powerful, steady force in your pursuit of your goals.
Using failure as fuel means transforming setbacks and disappointments into a powerful source of energy that drives you forward rather than holds you back.
Failure is a natural part of any ambitious journey, yet many people allow it to discourage them, convince them to quit, or diminish their belief in what's possible. But when you choose to use failure as fuel, you reframe it as a necessary stepping stone, a vital teacher in the path to success.
Failure reveals the gaps in your knowledge, skills, or strategies, highlighting the areas that need growth or adjustment.
By seeing failure as valuable feedback, you're able to extract lessons from it and use that knowledge to refine your approach, becoming stronger and more resilient each time you face a challenge. Using failure as fuel requires a mindset shift, one that embraces growth and sees setbacks not as dead ends but as opportunities to improve. When you encounter a failure, you can ask yourself, what went wrong and what can I learn from this experience? Each failure then becomes a chance to gather insights, to analyze your approach, and to make adjustments that bring you closer to your goals.
This process of learning through failure builds self-awareness, helping you understand your strengths and weaknesses and giving you the clarity to know what needs to change. Each failure becomes a catalyst for improvement, an essential ingredient in your journey that pushes you to keep evolving.
Failure also builds resilience, the ability to keep going no matter how many times you fall. When you choose to use failure as fuel, you build the mental toughness to withstand setbacks without losing sight of your ultimate goal.
Failure tests your commitment, challenging you to rise above temporary defeat and stay focused on your long-term vision. This resilience strengthens over time, each failure reinforcing your determination and making you more capable of handling future obstacles.
Rather than fearing failure, you start to see it as a necessary part of growth. You embrace it, understanding that each setback is an opportunity to become more resilient, more determined, and more capable than you were before.
Using failure as fuel also means cultivating a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence.
People with a growth mindset see failure not as a reflection of their inherent abilities, but as an opportunity to stretch, to grow, and to push their limits. They understand that success is not a straight line, but a journey filled with peaks and valleys.
This mindset allows you to detach your self-worth from the outcome, recognizing that failure doesn't define you. Instead, it becomes a stepping stone, a way to gather valuable experience and build skills that will serve you in the future.
With a growth mindset, each failure becomes a powerful tool, an asset that adds depth and strength to your journey.
Failure as fuel also brings humility, reminding you that there's always room to improve, more to learn, and further to go. When you experience failure, it can serve as a humbling reminder that success is earned through consistent effort and resilience.
This humility keeps you grounded, reminding you to stay open to feedback, to seek guidance from mentors, and to remain receptive to new ideas and perspectives.
Humility allows you to see failure as an essential part of the process, one that reminds you to keep striving, to stay curious, and to continually push yourself to be better.
By embracing humility, you build a mindset that's open to growth, unafraid of starting over, and willing to put in the work required to achieve greatness. Using failure as fuel is also about cultivating courage, the courage to keep taking risks, to put yourself out there, and to pursue ambitious goals even after setbacks. It's easy to retreat after a failure, to let it make you cautious or fearful of trying again. But when you see failure as fuel, you recognize that each setback only increases your capacity for risk. You learn to move forward with a bolder attitude, understanding that failure is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your willingness to try, to dare, and to grow.
This courage builds momentum, creating a feedback loop where each attempt, regardless of the outcome, fuels your journey, driving you closer to your goal with renewed energy and purpose.
Failure becomes a badge of honor, a mark of resilience, and a symbol of your dedication to pushing beyond your comfort zone. Using failure as fuel also enhances your problem-solving abilities. When you face a setback, you're challenged to find alternative solutions, to think creatively, and to adapt to new circumstances.
Each failure forces you to look at the problem from a different angle, building the flexibility and adaptability that are essential for success.
Over time, this problem-solving mindset allows you to approach obstacles with confidence, knowing that even if the initial approach doesn't work, there's always another way.
You become more resourceful, more inventive, and more resilient with each failure, seeing setbacks not as barriers but as puzzles to solve. This approach turns failure into a training ground, a way to build the skills that will eventually propel you towards success. Using failure as fuel transforms setbacks into a source of strength, motivation, and growth, allowing you to persevere with unwavering determination and an unbreakable spirit.
Staying resilient in tough times is the ability to hold steady when circumstances challenge you, pushing through adversity with strength, courage, and an unwavering belief in your capacity to overcome.
Resilience is more than simply enduring hardship. It's about adapting, learning, and ultimately growing stronger because of the obstacles you face. Life's challenges test your resolve, demanding that you find new ways to navigate difficult situations.
By choosing to remain resilient, you give yourself the chance to emerge from these trials not only intact but transformed, equipped with a deeper understanding of yourself and an increased capacity to handle future challenges.
Resilience is rooted in a mindset that accepts tough times as a natural part of any journey worth pursuing. When you face difficulties, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, discouraged, or defeated.
But resilience allows you to shift your perspective, to see these challenges as temporary and even as opportunities for growth. It's about recognizing that setbacks and hardships are not reflections of your worth or ability, they're simply moments in the larger process of achieving your goals. A resilient mindset reframes adversity, understanding that each challenge is a chance to build strength, to develop grit, and to learn more about what you're capable of enduring and overcoming. By accepting difficulties as part of the path, you cultivate a mental toughness that enables you to confront obstacles without losing sight of the bigger picture. Staying resilient also involves cultivating emotional stability, the ability to maintain inner peace and calm, even when external situations are chaotic. Emotional resilience doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, rather, it means developing the capacity to acknowledge and process them without being controlled by them. Tough times often bring feelings of frustration, fear, or doubt, and resilience enables you to sit with these emotions, to let them exist without letting them dictate your actions.
This emotional stability creates a foundation of calm that supports you in making sound decisions, keeping a clear perspective, and staying focused on what you can control. It allows you to stay centered, to respond rather than react, and to navigate difficult situations with clarity and strength.
One of the core aspects of resilience is adaptability, the willingness to adjust your approach and find new ways to move forward when the original plan no longer works.
Resilience requires flexibility, the openness to change, and the creativity to find solutions in the face of unexpected challenges. Adversity often requires you to pivot, to try different strategies, and to explore new paths that you may not have considered before.
Adaptability allows you to approach obstacles with a problem-solving mindset, asking yourself, what can I do differently? How can I make this situation work in my favor? This flexibility is essential because it prevents you from becoming stuck, allowing you to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain or unpredictable. The more adaptable you become, the more resilient you are, developing a mindset that is prepared for anything. Staying resilient in tough times also involves drawing on a sense of purpose, a deep inner conviction that what you're working toward is worth the struggle. Purpose provides motivation, a reason to persevere even when the road becomes difficult. It gives meaning to your efforts, reminding you why you started in the first place and keeping your focus on what's truly important. When you're connected to a sense of purpose, you're more likely to see challenges as temporary obstacles rather than permanent barriers.
This purpose-driven mindset empowers you to keep going, fueling your resilience with a belief that the effort, the sacrifice, and the hardship are all part of a journey that will ultimately be worthwhile. Resilience is also reinforced by a supportive network, people who encourage you, believe in you, and remind you of your strength during challenging times. Tough times can feel isolating, but connecting with others provides a sense of solidarity and support.
Resilient people understand the importance of reaching out, of asking for help or guidance when needed, and of sharing their struggles with trusted friends, family, or mentors. This support not only offers comfort but also provides fresh perspectives, insights, and encouragement that can reignite your motivation.
Surrounding yourself with people who uplift you strengthens your resilience, creating a support system that helps you stand firm even when circumstances try to shake you.
Staying resilient also requires practicing self-compassion, the ability to treat yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when things don't go as planned. During tough times, it's easy to become self-critical, to feel that you should have done better or that you're somehow at fault for the difficulties you're experiencing. But resilience requires self-acceptance, the understanding that it's okay to struggle and that mistakes and setbacks are part of the human experience. By practicing self-compassion, you give yourself the freedom to learn from these experiences without the added burden of self-judgment.
Self-compassion nurtures your resilience, allowing you to be gentle with yourself as you navigate through difficult moments and giving you the strength to bounce back stronger and more determined.
Resilience is about persistence, the ability to keep showing up and putting in the effort, even when progress feels slow or invisible. Staying resilient means you keep moving forward, taking one step at a time, knowing that each effort brings you closer to your goal. It's a quiet, steady commitment to the journey, a decision to keep going no matter how difficult the path becomes. This persistence is the heartbeat of resilience, the force that keeps you moving when motivation wanes and obstacles arise. By embracing persistence, you develop a relentless dedication to your goals, building a resilience that sustains you through the toughest of times.
Staying resilient in tough times means tapping into your inner strength, trusting in your ability to adapt, and remaining committed to the journey regardless of the obstacles. It's the decision to rise above the hardship, to learn from every experience, and to continue forward with unwavering determination.